What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 39 of our Cincinnati Reds franchise. In the last video that you guys saw, Tyler Mahle got absolutely schooled by the Colorado Rockies in Coors Field, so I got to give him that, right? We got to give him a little bit of a cushion there. Don't be too harsh on him. But in this one, he's going to be taking on Jake Arrieta and the Philadelphia Phillies. We're now 73-46, so I did simulate past the trading deadline. It is August 10th, so therefore you guys know. We have lost 4 games out of our last 8, excuse me. 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, what? I can't count. 2, 4, 6, 8, yes, we've lost 4 of our last 8, which is 500 baseball, so I think we're doing okay. But you guys can see that in this last game here, the offense struggled a little bit. Votto went 2 for 3, so he's pumping that batting average back up. Now, the last time you guys saw, he was hovering around like the 360s, right? And then all of a sudden now we're down into 357. So obviously he's gone a little bit cold. And so has the rest of the Cincinnati Reds. I mean, check this out. Schebler got another bomb, so he's hitting 290 now with about 25, 26 home runs. Senzel had a good game, 2 for 5. Winker went 1 for 5. So that top of the order is doing pretty dang good. Billy Hamilton, where is he at here? Yeah, near the bottom. So he at 238 right now. So you got to put him down and lower in the order. Romano pitched really good. Romano pitched really well. If we can look at his stats right now, where is Mr. Sal Romano? So he turns out to be 9-3. Did not get the win though. He got hurt during that game, and I didn't end up looking and seeing like what happened to him. It must have been just like a blistered finger or something, but he had to exit the game, and Brandon Finnegan had to come on in and take charge. So he ended up getting the W. Pitched really well. He's still hovering around that 2 ERA, 1.93. I mean, right now, look, guys. I mean, he's our 5th best pitcher. He's actually technically above Sal Romano, and I think maybe that's alphabetical at that point, like F and S. Like if they're tied, I think that might be it. But I just don't. Even though he pitched really good, he went like 5 innings after Romano had to exit. I can't give him the job. I can't give him the job unless Tyler Mahle like completely blows up in this next start. You know, we might have to give him maybe 3 or 4 starts up in the bigs. That's good for like what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks up in the big leagues, and then if he continued to struggle, you know, maybe that's what we have to do. But check out Ryan Yarbrough. I told you guys I was going to give you guys an update on him. Not pitching too terribly. You know, a 1.4 ERA with a 3.18. So it's not bad. 10 strikeouts, 1 walk. Like his K per 9 and his walk per 9, he's not going to get you on for free. You're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to get a base hit off of him in order to come through. But so everything is looking pretty solid as far as our starting pitching goes. We do have a luxury, you know, to get either Finnegan into that number 5 role or even Ryan Yarbrough if he keeps on pitching well down there. So I am going to simulate this game because I don't think you guys want to see Tyler Mahle again, like back-to-back uploads. So let's just simulate this game and see how he does. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So a loss, 1-0. So he pitched really well. Really well. Let's take a look at this box score real quick. I'll get to the batting later, but I want to see how he did. 7 strong, 11 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits. The guy was on fire. The guy was on fire. And Brad Hand, let's give him a hand here, sir. Let's give him a hand. You blew the save, man. What's up with this? Every time he gets every time. Get into a Reds uniform and you blow up. So I don't know what that is. Maybe you just had a bad outing, but 3 hits allowed. 1 was probably a home run to win the game. It looks like it. We went to 13 innings. No home runs for the Phillies. So it ended up being, who got the RBI? Carter. I don't think that's Chris Carter. RBI Carter. Santana got a double. Yeah, I mean, that probably was it. Who got the run scored? Who was the winning run? Matt Dominguez. So he must have pinch ran. No, he didn't pinch run. He got on somehow. Anyway, let's take a look at the batting real quick, just real quick. Peraza got the leadoff spot today. Winker played center field, giving Hamilton a day off, except Hamilton had to end up playing. Schebler 2 for 5. Jeanette dropping down to 247. He went 0 for 6. Suarez 1 for 5. Culberson 0 for 4. Yeah, we're gonna have to make some lineup changes too in this episode, guys. But one thing, I got an update to big time supporter of the channel. You and I got kind of into a little debate about Dallas Keuchel, but all is fair in love and war. But he's still here. Braden Hermes, you're big on Francisco Mejia, and at the time that we were talking about him, I kept thinking to myself, my rationale was, I would love to get Francisco Mejia on the team. I would love that. The guy is a pure talent, pure baseball talent. But the thing for me at the time was, I'm like, would the Indians really want to give up Francisco Mejia? I mean, this is an organization that had Sandy Alomar Jr., Victor Martinez, Carlos Santana. Like, they're known for like being able to draft good catchers and good hitting catchers too. And I kept looking at it and I'm like, I don't think I can get this guy. And I can't even look at it now because he's not on trade waivers. But let's go to roster here and just take a look at what his overall rating is. And I'm going to tell you guys, when I was looking at possible trades, I can tell you for a fact that it just wasn't going to happen, which is unfortunate, but that's how it worked out. So he's a 78 overall right now. Default rosters have him as a 74, but obviously since we're a year in advance, a potential, that's going to happen. He's not playing too hot, right? It's 224, so you would think that the Indians are like, okay, you know, maybe Roberto Perez is our guy here, but he's 30 years old. They're gonna give Mejia the job, the chance to prove himself, right? So when I ended up trying to get Francisco Mejia, and this is just me trying to like be transparent and everything, like, yes, like Braden, I was looking at this man, I really wanted to pull the trigger. They were asking for Luis Castillo in a trade for Francisco Mejia. And I'm just going to show you what it would have looked like. So it would have looked something like this. So let's go Ambrose for... Okay, so that's about where the blue line was when we were talking about Francisco Mejia for Luis Castillo. That's where that blue line was, right? So he's a 92. He's a 92 pitcher for a 78 catcher with A potential, right? It would totally destroy the makeup of the team. So then I started playing around with some other stuff. So I started doing like, okay, would you do Billy Hamilton, Phillip Ervin, and Jared Ambrose? And I tell you what, it was about, let's see, it was like that. It was like that. It was on our side. They thought that we were benefiting from that trade. So it was Ambrose, Billy Hamilton, and Phillip Ervin, right? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So they were asking. So yeah, I guess the moral of the story here is that they were asking for a ton for Francisco Mejia. Maybe he becomes a free agent at some point. Maybe we can grab him then. But where we stand right now, being 9.5 games in front of Cubs, I don't think I could have pulled the trigger on that, honestly, if I'm being transparent. I know you love the guy, and I know a lot of you other guys out there would love to see Francisco Mejia, a up-and-coming catcher prospect, like eventually take the job from Barnhart, but it just wasn't gonna happen. It would totally destroy us. It would totally destroy us, and I couldn't see that happening. Little update here: Pavin Smith 285, 81 ribbies at the AAA level. I think he might have to come up to the big club next year, guys, as our backup, because look at that. Tommy Joseph might be ended up being trade bait, possibly. I mean, he's a 2-year pro. Maybe he's a type of guy that would fit in with an AL team. But Pavin Smith seems like, you know, he's getting ready to make a big impact here for us. There's Jeanette struggling, Shed Long in Double-A, starting to, you know, he's not having too bad of a year. There's Palmeiro still killing it, 35 stolen bases, 62 ribbies, 332. Like, it's just going up and up and up for Diego Palmeiro. He's 28, so he's on the older side. La Mardozzi in AAA, 311. Not a lot of at-bats, though. Blandino, same thing. Not a lot of at-bats. Brandon Dixon and Tobin at the single A level. Suarez, 269. Senzel's bumping that average up a little bit, 259. I tell you what, he's going to have a lot more playing time next season, though. I tell you guys that right now. Just because they're starting to, like, he's starting to catch Peraza a little bit. And, you know, being 23 years old, he's pretty dang good. Got that A potential. Peraza's just sitting at a B. I know that Billy Hamilton's probably on his way out. I'm not considering re-signing him for next year. I can tell you guys that right off the bat. It's just going to be way too much money. I mean, we're already paying him $5.1 million for just this season. It's going to get us to where we need to be, right? If we make it to a World Series this year, if we make it to the NLCS, whatever we do, as long as we're in the playoffs, make that extra revenue, have some extra cash to start doing some things in free agency or whatever. But, you know, 28 years old, 238, like it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do enough, right? Just check out this OBP, 290. That is terrible. You can't get on base, so what's the point, right? Let me see how many runs he's scored. 59. He's not even on pace to reach 85 like he had in 2017. Probably one of his better years. Even in 18, he's not even on pace to reach his 18 numbers. So $5.1 million is a lot of moolah, a lot of cash to give to just purely a defensive type of guy, right? And you guys have said it all along, but I just really wanted to give Billy Hamilton a little bit longer of a leash and see how he was going to do for us, and I think the writing is on the wall, wouldn't you say? So Phillip Ervin, 306, not doing too bad. 242 for Aquino. You guys know about Schebler. So yeah, that was his 25th home run against the Phillies there. 292 batting average. Little update down here. We got Alfonso Anaya. Let's work on his defense. He could be a nice little bench option, or maybe he's just stuck in AAA. I don't know, but at 19 years old, could be doing some stuff. Look at Forrest Wall too. I mean, not batting too well, 216, but with that B potential, he's starting to climb up a little bit too. He was at like a 58 overall when we acquired him. So if he can keep doing that, he should probably reach around the 72s, maybe 75s. He might be worth a call up when he's like 25, 26. So if we can hang on to him. Taylor Trammell, kind of picking it up a little bit now. Those last couple games where his stats were not that good, but 267, we'll take that. I would like Taylor Trammell to take the center field job for next season. We got to keep in mind that some of these moves that are being made, some of these thought processes that I have about this team is that got to keep it realistic. What would the Cincinnati Reds in real life do? This is not, you know, it's one of the most historic franchises, but this is not a franchise with boatloads of money like the New York Yankees, right? So they're not going to be going out here spending a whole bunch of money, but they're not a small market club either, right? They're kind of like in the middle, tier. So I'm kind of playing it that way. I'm thinking Taylor Trammell takes the center field job next season. Obviously, you got to earn it. You got to play well in spring training, or else we got to make some moves. Jesse Winker is still having a good year. I like it. 288, 45 ribbies, 11 home runs. Like, I will take that, right, out of Jesse Winker. 360 OBP. He's an OBP machine. I love it. But that is your guys' update for the minor league levels and the major league levels. And I guess I don't really have anything else to show you guys other than probably pitching staff. Molly dropped his ERA down to 3.5, so that's good. Nicolino still doing pretty well. I think he's a September call-up type of guy. Daniel Wright, 3.9. Hunter Green's picking up now. It's good. Harvey with a 3.4. Probably should have traded his butt, but we didn't. Ariel Hernandez, 7 and 11. Chris Rodriguez kind of struggling down there. He is 20 years old, so we got a little bit of a leash. Jared Ambrose, 9 and 8. So this team down in AA is not winning a lot of games, but he's pitching well. 2.92 with a 1.1. That's pretty dang good. Mela was actually just called up to the Reds in real life. Not doing too great. But Villalobos, 9 and 6. So again, that AA team's not winning a lot of games, but he's pitching really well. The walks, though, got to cut down on the walks. 88 strikeouts to 50 walks. I don't like that too much. But Herbert Ray, really good numbers. 128 strikeouts with 47 walks. I like that. So, guys, our young pitchers that we drafted are coming through. I like it. I like it. I love it. I want more of it. I haven't said that outro in quite a while. Jimmy Sherfy, nice. Only 24 innings, though. He must have just gotten called up. But 22 Ks, 148.82. That's pretty good for a 59 overall player. He's just going to be a minor league guy. You know, he's got that B potential. I don't think he's ever going to reach it at 27 years old. But we can all dream, right? So that is your guys' update. Let's get into some gameplay, why don't we? I think this Cubs series is probably going to be pretty big for us. I think let's just go ahead and simulate up until the Cubs and get that underway. So we're starting, yeah, we're losing games like left and right. Now Tyler Mahle's got a flexor strain. Okay, that sucks. I'll tell you what, guys, it's just over and over and over again. We played John Lester the last time, didn't we? Yeah. Might go to this Cubs series. Ooh, they're starting to catch us, guys. They're 66 and 58. We're 8 games ahead, though, but we're 3 and 7 in our last. That is not good. Let's go to Kendall Graveman and Quintana. I kind of like that matchup. Let's see how we do. Okay, so good. We got a win here. Zach Weiss got the W. Let's go to Kendall Graveman and Jose Quintana.
Almost set for evening baseball from Great American Park in Cincinnati. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds.
All right, guys, big game here against the Chicago Cubs. We got him at home. Got Kendall Graveman on the mound. He's been pitching pretty darn good. Those are pretty similar to some actual like Kendall Graveman type of numbers. He's got that 3.75, I think it was, ERA. It's kind of where he usually hovers around. You guys can see he's kind of fallen behind here with this Cubs offense. We got Jason Hayward up and in a 3-2 count with 11 pitches already thrown in this inning. You know, the Cubs are going to make him work. We do have a substantial lead on them in the NL Central, about 8.5 games right now, but they are definitely catching us. And with 9 games against them in this month and next month combined, so the final stretch of the season, it's going to be a dogfight to try to win this NL Central, because I don't think the Cubs are going down lightly. You guys can see that Anthony Rizzo stepped up and hit that solo dinger, so the Cubbies are up 1-0 right now. Charlie Culberson getting the start here against Jose Quintana, the left-hander, so naturally Jesse Winker is going to the bench. We see Culberson leading off, actually not leading off, with 1 out, getting this 1-out double here. About six pitches in. Nice little double there for Culberson to get this offense starting to roll here again. We really need this because the Reds offense right now is struggling. Here's Votto hitting a deep shot to center field, but Almora reads it perfectly. He's a great center fielder. He's not Billy Hamilton out there, but he is a very good center fielder. Does have some speed to burn out there. So we got Suarez up in a 1-2 count here with 2 down, and Chris Bryant gets hit directly right at him, and he's going to make a nice play over to Rizzo. So nothing going in the bottom of the first. Here's Graveman in the next pitch. So he gave up that home run to Rizzo, and then the first pitch in the top of the second to Wilson Contreras was a cut fastball that just didn't catch the inside. It got way too much of the heart of the plate, and Contreras knew what to do with it. So it's going to be 2-0 here at Cubbies. Here's a line shot by Ian Happ over there to Votto, and he's not going to be able to make a play. Good effort though, but Schebler gets it into Jeanette, and now we've got a runner on second base. Here is Russell. He's going to ground out to Suarez, so good play by Suarez to hold the runner at second base. And now I've got Quintana, the pitcher, up. Got to get an out here, but look at this. He's going to send this fly ball out there to deep left field, but Culberson, luckily, is going to get there in time to finish off the inning. So let's go to the top of the third now. We got Rizzo up with a runner on first base yet again. So in a 3-2 count, you know, Graveman's fighting, and he's definitely fighting it as well. He's trying to get these guys out, and this Cubs offense is just not having it, guys. So a 3-run home run by Chris Bryant. Early season, mid-season, he's been right there in that MVP race. So Chris Bryant again coming through in the clutch for the Cubs, and now it's 5-0. So Graveman just doesn't have it today, guys. He just doesn't have it. We already got a runner on first base here after another base hit, and here is Votto to Senzel, who's going to ground out Addison Russell into a double play. So that's a good pick-me-up. And then we got an 0-2 count on Quintana, and he throws a cut fastball right by him. So at least he's trying to get... He's working it out, guys. He's working it out. But we got to get some runs here, and we got to get some runs here fast. Bottom of the fourth inning, Suarez gets a single, and then we're going to push it. That's Culberson trying to get to third. He does, so he just avoided the tag. We got 2 down now. Scooter Jeanette comes up, and he's going to get a RBI single, so Suarez moves up to second. Jeanette at first. So now we're starting to get a little bit of a rally going. We need some more though. So Tucker Barnhart has to come through here in an 0-1 count. Not going to do it. Ground ball over there to Bryant, over back to Baez to make the play. So now we figured, hey, got to get Amir Garrett some innings here, some work. This game is, I don't want to say it's over, but after this home run, it probably is, because these Cubs are just killing it at Great American Ballpark right now. Probably not the best matchup to pitch Garrett against Chris Bryant, but I mean, what option did we really have at that point? I wasn't going to use any of our middle relievers. I wanted to use either Finnegan or Garrett to kind of like stretch this game out a little bit longer. And he didn't come through. So it's a 6-1 game now. You guys saw that Culberson made a really good play at the warning track. That probably could have been a home run yet again. Here's Brad Hand just trying to get him some work in a 6-1 game here. And look at this. Addison Russell goes deep off the left-hander, Brad Hand, and it's going to be 8-1. So for whatever reason, guys, this Reds team is not coming through here down the stretch. We really need to start winning some games here, and we're playing 500, even sub 500 baseball. And you know, these types of performances against interdivision rivals like the Cubs is not going to help our playoff cause. You know, being 8.5 games ahead, they could easily catch us if they get on a tear. But we see here that Schebler comes up and gets an RBI single. So now we got runners on the corners, and Quintana's night is done. So here comes Justin Wilson with holding that 2.95 ERA. And here is Jeanette swinging at the third pitch of that at-bat, and he's going to foul out. So not a good at-bat there by Jeanette. We were looking for like the big bomb, a big home run swing, and it just wasn't happening. So an 8-2 game right now, and Barnhart is going to get the sac fly, so it's going to be 8-3. We're still down 5 runs though with Billy Hamilton up, and guys, it's just not going to happen. There's no comeback happening in the cards tonight. So the Cubs get the W, the Reds fall, and we're going to have to either construct a new lineup or like switch some things in the order, something to shake this roster up a little bit, because right now we're kind of struggling. So maybe we call up a big-time minor leaguer, something to shake this lineup up, guys, because like I said, something's got to change. We can't keep losing games, big games. So I'll see you guys in episode 40 on Monday. If you like this thing, make sure you leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, peace.